who's the Senior Director of Latin American Center at Atlantic Council. Jason, great to have you on the show. Look, I think it's historic, of course. We've been saying it pretty much all day. She has indeed broken the glass ceiling and the ceiling in Mexican politics. So what is it really about Sheinbaum that has appealed, would you say, to the roughly 60% of the Mexican population? I mean, how has she won them over here?
Thank you, Isa. She won them over because of this continuity of the policy of the AMLO presidency. President López Obrador is incredibly popular in Mexico. He's raised wages for workers. He has had large infrastructure projects, especially in the south of Mexico, where many people can see some of the tangible benefits that government can provide. So she's been able to build off of that popularity of AMLO with frankly, a margin of victory that even surpasses AMLO's margin of victory when he won 6 years ago. She'll win it by at least 5 percentage points more than when he secured the presidency. So she will come into office with an even larger, more clear mandate than AMLO came into office, and she will do so with sizable representation by her party and the coalition in the Mexican Congress.
On that point, Jason, I mean, how much do you think that perhaps she may struggle here to just step out of AMLO's shadow? I mean, she has promised, we heard her say last night, she promised to preserve his legacy. How much does she need him, in your view? Does she need him at all in that relationship?
I think that because I think she will continue the policies of AMLO, but I think she will also be her own president. I had the opportunity to sit down with her last year when she was in Denver for the Cities of the Americas, and I found her to be incredibly pragmatic, very technical, and very firm grasp of the issues. As head of government of Mexico City as well, the first time I went to go meet with her team, they had a 220-page plan of action for how the government will be run. So she has clear ideas. She has a clear policy direction, but at the same time, she does believe in the policies of President López Obrador and will continue that general direction that the president has laid out.
And I'm not sure whether you were able, Jason, to hear our correspondent, Gustavo Valdez, in Mexico City, when I asked him what were the main priorities that they would like to see her really target, really hit off the bat. And he said, security, security, security. To talk to that, I mean, that we know it's one of the main concerns, right? Organized crime, violence and security. And we all know, looking at least at the numbers when I was looking at in the last kind of 48 hours, that AMLO's policy of abrazos, not balazos, the hugs, not bullets strategy, that has not worked. Have we seen anything new from her? Because we have been seeing from AMLO's an over-reliance here on the military. So what can we expect from her?
You know, she talked about during the campaign a continuation of the hugs and not bullets policy. At the same time, though, she's talked about investing further in social programs, education programs to be able to find alternatives than going into the illicit world. You know, I think that, as your correspondent said, security is priority 1 through 3, maybe even priority 1 through 5 for the Mexican people. The number of candidates that were killed during the election, also the rate of homicide that has increased over the course of the next sexennium. So Mexican voters overwhelmingly brought her into office. It's a reflection of their support for President López Obrador insofar as improving their day-to-day lives. But there is general frustration with the security policies of the president. And there's also frustration on the U.S. side with regard to our security relationship, and especially the issue of fentanyl that continues to come across the U.S.-Mexico border.